Cuttlefish. Is it a cuddly fish? I think not. In my audience, NASA survey, conducted on Wednesday, April 4th, 2018, 11 of 13 of you said you didn't know what a cuttlefish is. The same audience NASA survey, 11 of 13 of you said you had little to no knowledge about cuttlefish. Cuttlefish are interesting and cool fish with amazing attributes. My interest in cuttlefish in 2012 has led me to investigate cuttlefish. The things we're going to learn about today are the cuttlefish physical habits and the cuttlefish attributes. No, cuttlefish habits. First, let's look at the cuttlefish physical attributes. This is a cuttlefish. So look on the side here, you see this fin. This fin is the first thing we'll talk about. The fin is kind of like a long skirt, and it wiggles back and forth so the cuttlefish can move either forward, backward, and side to side. The interesting shape of the cuttlefish is caused by cuttlebone. According to an online article titled Cuttlefish Facts About Physique, Diet, Habitat, written by Jane Douglas, MD, sponsored by Live Animal List, written on June 16, 2015, states the purpose of the cuttlebone is to provide buoyancy to the cuttlefish by altering the ratio between liquids and gas. The way it does this is through the siphon, which is this bottom part. It's like a big old straw. So when it needs to sink, it'll fill itself full of water and it'll sink. When it needs to go somewhere or it needs to go up, it'll push all the water out. The way the cuttlefish moves is imagine yourself wearing a skirt, flapping your arms, and puking out a big straw. Next, let's talk about the ink sac. The ink sac comes out of the siphon, and it has two different types of ink, but we'll talk about that later. Now let's talk about the tentacles of the cuttlefish. Male have 4 tentacles, and the female have 3. Let's see here, this is what a cuttlefish looks like up close. This big long blue tentacle you see here is their feeding tentacle. It has suction cups on the side of the tentacle which grabs their prey. It'll grab crabs, fish, whatever it needs to grab, and that brings them to their poisonous beak. This beak is ginormous, and it can incapacitate a human for up to 3 days. It can shred through any type of shell or meat. Let's talk about the eyes of a cuttlefish. The eyes of the cuttlefish is, I don't have a slide. The eyes of the cuttlefish are shaped like a W, and when the way they're shaped lets them have a full 360 view around them. This is unique, and the amazing fact about them is they're colorblind, which is kind of confusing because they're so good at camouflage. According to a New York Times online newspaper article titled "The Cuttlefish Master Camouflage Reveals a New Trick," written by Veronique Greenwood, scientist, writer, and essayist, published on February 15, 2018, states cuttlefish are chameleons of the sea. Put one in front of a bank of seaweed skin, and he or she will immediately activate the center reflectors and colored cells. In the skin, the mesh of background can fade from view. They will mimic the texture of their environment using little nodules called papillae. They will extend and retract using muscles, and they can make themselves look like a calm sea floor, a pink of spiny coral, or a hunk of granite. These papillae are the spiky parts there. It's like having goosebumps. How your skin kind of goes up, but they can do the same thing but on demand. And the chromatophores are the skin cells that change. It's the same as the chameleon has and can blend into its background in a matter of seconds. Now let's talk about the cuttlefish's habits. First, their feeding habits. The cuttlefish will feed on shrimp, fish, clams, crabs. The babies will feed on seaweed and plankton. The way they feed, like I talked about before, is they use their long tentacles and then they bring it right back to the beak. Now let's talk about the mating habits of cuttlefish. These are 2 cuttlefish. The one on the bottom is a female and one on top is a male. The way they mate is actually, imagine my hands as their tentacles. They kind of do this number. And the male has a special tentacle, I guess, that they go right, it goes right above the female's mouth. And it goes right into like her nostril. And they'll deliver sperm sacs. And when they're done, the female has a special tentacle that it delivers eggs out of called sea grapes. And this is what they look like. They are very cute. They look like baby aliens. They're see-through. And when they're born, they have the same physical and mental attributes as their adult counterparts. Now let's talk about where they live and their habitat. According to the BBC website, Common Cuttlefish, copyright 2018, states cuttlefish are found in the Western Atlantic and Mediterranean. Right between West Africa and the Baltic, they're restricted to water temperatures, so in years when it warms up, the range increases. So you can see they go from all the way from the UK to Japan to the southern coast of Africa and Australia. And they have just recently found a school of cuttlefish in the Bahamas. Now let's talk about evading predators. You know that ink we talked about earlier? The ink of the cuttlefish, they have two different types. One's kind of like a courtesy fart of ink. They have like a tablespoon of ink and it'll poof it out just to evade predators. And next is about 3 cups of ink that's mucus and poisonous. So if it gets on you, you'll be in the hospital for up to 3 weeks. In conclusion, cuttlefish are interesting and cool fish that have intriguing attributes. We looked at cuttlefish's physical attributes and cuttlefish's habits. When you go home tonight, you can call and talk to your loved ones and tell them about the coolest fish in the sea.